Guys, I'm so excited to devour this post-workout meal. Okay, so we have scrambled eggs, 3 eggs, and then the blueberry protein powered, I believe that's what it was called, Vans waffles. If you haven't tried these, you need to, especially if you love blueberry waffles. They're packed with protein, which we love, and they taste so freaking good. They do have a version that is gluten-free for those who are strictly gluten-free. I know I'm in between like gluten-free and just enjoying my life, but for the gut reasons, I try my best to go with a gluten-free option. But I do have another gluten-free option, the Kodiak brand. They have gluten-free waffles, and I tried those the other day, and they're actually really good. Cheers, guys. Whoa, that's so good. So good. And eggs, because more protein, because why not? I figured this would be the perfect time to kind of talk about my 3 non-negotiable things I do for maximum recovery. For those who don't know, I work a full-time job, but I'm also in love with fitness. And currently I've been prepping for a HYROX race that will be in Chicago. It's next Friday from today. Oh my gosh, it's 1 more week. I'm trying to process everything. I've been so strict with the way I've been recovering from my workouts. So I kind of just wanted to bring up like the 3 main things I always focus on, especially being a very busy girl. I don't have time to track every single calorie. So 3 things have been just like in the back of my mind, and I always just think about it throughout the day. The goals have been really easy to hit. So I figured that might be something that you guys are into as well, because if you're like me, you're probably as busy and literally have no time for anything. That's the story of my life. Okay, so the first non-negotiable, you might already tell, is protein. I try to aim for 1 gram per pound of my body weight. So I would say my weight fluctuates so much, so I try not to look at that number too often, but I feel like I hold a lot of water weight most days and my body's probably holding water because it's trying to recover my muscles, but that's another day and another story. But I aim for around 130 grams to 140 grams of protein per day. I don't track carbs or fats. I feel like that's just too much to think about, especially just having a very busy schedule. I don't have time for that. I've learned that just focusing on counting or roughly counting my protein, because once you start eating like similar meals, you'll know exactly how much protein it is. So you can just like mentally count how much protein is in each of your meals. I do suggest the first few times, if you don't know how much protein is in your meals, I would probably track a few days of your meals just to figure out what your meals look like and like how much protein you are intaking, because you'll be surprised if you count your protein in a day when you're really not tracking and you've been struggling with like muscle gain or fat loss, you'll probably find that you're not eating enough protein. I've done that multiple times and I always have to step back and reprioritize my protein in my diet, and so far it's been so helpful. I've been doing it for years. I barely track my calories and I'm just living a good life, guys. So if you're not counting your protein, this is your sign to count your protein and be sure you're getting enough of it. I will link a protein calculator in my description. I've used it for so many years and it's just a good starting point if you have no idea where to start. Okay, the next is the real recovery window, and this is sleep. I'm telling you, if you are not getting enough sleep and you're always sore from your workouts, it's probably because you're not sleeping enough. I know I'm very busy and most nights I don't go to bed until like midnight because I'm like up editing videos of all hours of the night. Most of the time throughout the week, I always schedule naps in after work. Everyone's different, but typically I can get like mentally drained and physically drained by the time I log off work, especially if I do like a morning workout and then I just have a lot of work at work and it's just mentally challenging, and then my body's already been through it physically. Typically I'll schedule naps right after work and I'll sleep for like an hour or 2, but that's not all the time. My body just sends me signs like I'm like drowsy at work, like I can barely keep my eyes open. Half of the time I'm mumbling in my conversations. You would think that I was drinking a bit. Nope, that's just me being very tired. So on those days where I really feel it, I always make sure I'm like, okay, I think my body needs to rest, so I'll schedule in some naps. But I try my best to get at least 7 hours of sleep a night. It's hard, especially if you're really busy, but you have to realize when your body is asleep, that is when it's truly recovering your muscles. So prioritize your sleep. Let me get some protein in first, and then we'll move on to the next one. Okay, this next one, I really never thought about it until I started doing high intensity stuff, living in Florida, just being outside and just sweating so much. I didn't realize my workout routine before, I was in like an AC gym, not really moving around too much, just lifting weights. I didn't really think that I needed this stuff until I started doing workouts outside or even walking long distance or running outside, is hydration. If you live in Florida or a hot place, you probably are drinking enough hydration. Well, I had to learn the hard way. This past year has been like just an eye-opener with how important hydration really is. Better late than never. So I'm finally on this little hype thing that all you guys keep on talking about, is stay hydrated, especially if you're doing high intensity workouts. There was so many times where I just wanted to give up because I just thought a workout was hard. At the end of the day, it was because I was dehydrated and I needed to replenish my body with electrolytes. This morning was a great example of that because I took a HYROX class class. We did running and high intensity movements. Well, maybe high intensity movements for me, because my body's just not used to like this type of training. I want to call myself an OG bodybuilder, but I grew up with bodybuilders and worked out at a gym. So I was trained to train like a bodybuilder, and you do like nothing compared to HYROX. I am so happy that I've discovered electrolytes. So you know how excited I was when Venture Pal reached out to me? Guys, there's a lot of electrolyte brands on the market, but until they told me about their other product, and I was like, heck yes, I have to try this. You saw it earlier today. Salt tablets. You don't need any water. You don't have to put it in a water bottle. You literally just eat them. They're like little vitamin, little tablets. And I was just in shock when they said they had these, and I was like, okay, I have to try. I have to try. Half of the time, I always forget my water or electrolytes, and then I'm just at the gym, and then I'm just like regretting every decision in my life, wishing that I brought electrolytes to the gym. So the fact that you can bring these to go, I love it so much. Hydration is key when it comes to any physical activity, especially high intensity workouts. Venture Pal Electrolytes makes it so easy to hit your hydration goals. They're sugar-free, packed with essential minerals, and they taste clean, which is always hard to find. They have salt tablets that are great on the go, so you'll be ready to take on any workout any time of day. And you know what the kicker is? Hydration affects energy, and that is why I always felt like giving up when I was dehydrated without knowing it. Electrolytes help replace sodium, potassium, and magnesium lost through sweat and intense workouts, such as HYROX. Venture Pal's sugar-free electrolytes has made recovery so much easier. I love that they have so many flavors to choose from, and it also helps spice up my boring plain water on the daily. Thank you again to Venture Pal for helping your girl out by helping me prep for my HYROX race. So you know I'm gonna be stuffing my gym bags with these from now on, because I will never want to feel dehydrated during a workout ever again. Lesson learned, but I guess it's all uphill from here. I'll take it. Okay, that wraps up my 3 non-negotiables when it comes to recovery. If you've been training hard and you're struggling with soreness, lack of recovery, try these 3 things and I promise you, you will see results. But that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoy it, but I guess until next time, guys, peace.